Good morning, mates. How is y'all doing? Now, I was talking to Brenda, my friend Brenda, and Brenda was asking me now how things went down at the cabin. Now, I told you a bit about what went on down at the cabin, but there's another bit of a story to tell you. As you knows, we was, stacking a bit of wood and picking up sticks around and raking the leaves and all that kind of stuff. But he had me working all the time between that and cooking up, this and that. But anyway, by the end of the third, I guess it was the second night now, the weather was going to change. Up until that point now, it was beautiful. Just beautiful, we were sitting out on the bridge, having a little nip in the evening, it was lovely. But now the weatherman said it was going to have a bit of freezing rain and snow and whatnot. So I was a little worried about staying warm that night, Anyway, I was tired from all the work, and I had nothing left. See, I wanted to get into bed. Anyway, up we goes that night and gets into bed. And of course, Henry starts in with the snoring. Snarkling, really. All the noises coming out of him, boys. And I gives him a poke, and says, Henry, turn over, boy. You got me drove. Of course, Henry doesn't wake up very well, boy. Once he goes to sleep, that's it. He's dead to the world. So what does Henry do? Henry hears me say, turn over. So over he goes and he reaches and turns on the lamp. I says, Henry, bye. I don't want the lamp on. I'm trying to get a bit of rest. I want you to turn over, roll over. So he finally gets it, boys, and he rolls over, and I has to clamber up over him, turn off the light again. Anyway, then he starts with the other stuff. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. I thought I was going to lose me mind. Anyway, I thought, well, I'll go down the other end of the bed, see? Because there's nowhere to send him. There's only the one bed in the place. So I goes down the other end, him feet down and head up, and me feet up and head down. And that was fine, gave me a little distance from it for a little while. I gets to sleep for a little while, and then the ice pellet starts on the roof. Of course, I wakes up to that and has to look down over, into the living room, and I sees that the stove is going out. You suppose Henry gets up to put wood in the stove? No, my dear. That's me, of course. So I gets up and clambers down over the stairs and puts a bit of wood in the stove, keep us warm. And the ice pellets is banging down on the deck. I think, this is going to be like it all tomorrow. Anyways, boys, I gets back up into bed. And I realized my mistake. I had boiled up some beans for the supper. You knows what that means. I gets back into bed. And boys, in my day, you called it breaking wind. See, you couldn't be using those other words for it. It was breaking wind or committing a social error. Anyway, that's what starts up now. Now, my little youngsters used to call it a fluff. Well, this was no fluff. I'm telling you, this was a trumpet call. Well, I never. The likes of it. No point in sending them down onto the couch, see? It's all open, see, up in the ceiling, up into the bedroom. And hot air rises. Anyway, that's what me night was like, Brenda. The whole night, that going on. Dear God in heaven. Well, we got through it, boys, and got up in the morning, but By the time we got home out of it and back from the cabin, I was fit to be tied. I needs a good rest now. Yeah, let's go to the cabin. You'll get a bit of rest. Anyway, boys, toe the line, I knows it's a long road to hoe, this isolation business, but you can do it. We's all in it together. Call each other up, boys. Wash your hands. Stay in out of it, you knows.